Okay, Grand Rising, what's going on today? Today is Tuesday, June the 4th, 2024. What we're going to be looking at here is New York session. All right, we're going to be looking at the dollar index, a little bit of the futures market, and I may be bringing up um, a little bit of some stocks. So, matter of fact, before I even pull that up, let's go ahead and do a top down really quickly here on dollar index, just kind of update where we're at and how we're using this asset to an instrument to factor into our futures trades. So give me 1 second because I need to make sure I have the stock screen up. But just really quick, looking at this weekly, daily, 1 hour for intraday. My if then statement today is basically this: if DXY continues to respond well from the 104, we could expect some bear price action from anything XXX and possible futures. If DXY pushes up to 104.50, so if we were to see it, during New York push up to 104.50 and go higher, I would look for long/buys on XXX and futures. But today, what I'm kind of anticipating is, since we've already gotten, we're looking pretty bearish for this weekly. We've got that lower low on the daily technical. My next key level is at 103.50. If we don't get a good response off here today, I could see prices going lower to sink into this candle, which entail would push us higher on our futures trades, right? So for the intraday, I was looking more at like how the 4 hour for direction is starting to play up, right? We were kind of anticipating price to rally up like this and then come back into the 18,500 area. And then they all three did relatively the same thing, with that 4 hour area still open: 39,400 for YM, 39, or excuse me, 53.40, 53.50 for ES, and 18.8 is a good target that I'm shooting for potentially today if we do get that dollar to fall out. So that's kind of, the easiest bias that I could have. The markets are kind of in confluence and moving quite well. So the last thing I want to make sure and do is understand and have a window up for 8:30 is 15-minute windows for what am I trying to say? The stock, I can't think of it. Oh, Nvidia. Yeah, so I want to make sure and have the stocks up for Nvidia, Tesla, and let's do Microsoft today. So let me do that really quick, and then we'll jump into the snipe window. But for the bias, like I said, for today, ES really showing from the beginning that there's already previous day high liquidity double top. These highs look weak for the daily highs for YM, and then those previous day highs look, like they're obtainable as well. So we'll see if we get that push to go, and take those highs for today for the first move and see what the PM session presents. But let me get these stocks up really quick. And if you guys hear any snoring, it's because I have Diamond in here in the office this morning with me. So, and I'm going to use Nvidia, Tesla, and Apple, or excuse me, Amazon for today. I'm going to be watching those. I kind of want to see what's going to happen there. So when I'm looking at the stocks, I'm looking at the 15 minutes. So when it comes to the snipe window time, so let's see here. So I just want to show that as well really quick. And so yesterday, Nvidia kind of played around for those first, I'd say first 15 minutes of the open, and then price kind of rallied up, probably tricking people into buying it, and then it just tanked off, which ended up doing really well for our NQ trade, because when it did that, we actually at the same time around 9 a.m. sold off from 18.7 down to 18.500. So that was really good. So today I'll be watching the same type of price, really focused on, these New York opens of these different assets here. And like I said, if we can continue to see higher high, higher low, and it starts to build on all three of these, then I can anticipate probably some higher prices into the 18,750s for NQ. So I'm going to go ahead and move everything over to the snipe window. Make sure you went through your trader's constitution, set up your mental framework, and just put yourself in a position in your mind to make the right decisions. So Diamond is definitely snoring loud. So okay, so hopefully we can get this full recording out today. So we got the snipe window up, and then we have all of those. Is there anything else I could think of? Ah, so I'm gonna leave it at that today. We're gonna have this night window up, like I said. We have the high of the day. We understand where all those are. So let's just stay focused and locked in here. I think diamond snoring, so it's not gonna make a difference. Okay, so I just want to make sure I mark the dailies, which I guess I didn't do. Just do that really quick here. It should be Tuesday. Yeah, plenty of time here. Tuesday. And we got about 2 minutes. So the last thing I need to make sure I mark, I was showing some things, is the 2 a.m. candle here. So London Open happens to be right in alignment with 18,600, which is pretty interesting. Um, okay, so prices coming in. We got about 1 minute left. Like I said, trade safe, and let's get it. I bet you Diamond is picking up on the mic like crazy, but it's all good. NVIDIA pop up right from the beginning. So watch this. We do have news at 9, so I want to make sure not to be over aggressive or anything. Okay, so just trying to read what we get in this price here. But Nvidia, Tesla's sinking right now from that New York Open, so pretty interesting there. So gonna keep watching Nvidia price as well, but I do like how price is starting to build up right here. With this high being the top 650. So let me see here, stop loss 650, 75. It might already kind of be falling, which is okay. I'll be able to factor in a little bit better here in a second. And then take profits are going to be the 500s, and I'll break this into two pieces if possible. Now, so this is looking good. I do want to show this really quick. This is looking good, so I want it to be in a certain location of the trade. So we'll see kind of how it all works out here. Nvidia kind of showing some shorts from that New York Open, Tesla showing strength, and Amazon still holding. So we'll keep watching this area. Looking at all three though, you do have YM pretty bearish. So I want to see if this 5 minute can show me more of a sign personally. So before I just decide to go short, I don't have to force my way into it. I can always use like above New York Open as my stop, like 640s possibly. But right now, I don't want to do it unless I see it. That 1 minute was really nice. First minute out. So let me take that note real quick. Okay, so I'd like to see a little bit more break out of this. But I do like this area. So let's see here. Watching Nvidia starting to rally. It's making new highs, 160s. Let me make sure of that. So I'm definitely don't want to take a trade like this until Nvidia possibly was showing too, but we're right in that location of 15.5. So I'd like to see a clean break on 5 and 1 though, a candle closure, and then pop back into the area, and I'd probably put it. You are seeing weakness on 15 on ES now, so this is good. We do have news at 9, so you don't want to get flushed. So now, like I said, the way the price was playing right there, that could have been the chances to really frame it up. And so if I was to risk anything from here, I wouldn't put my risk past New York Open. So the high on this is 18,638. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and change that to 38. And so that would make more sense to me if price was to come back up into the open. So now something you can do, or something I'm going to do, is I don't need it to be on multiple, just this. I should just mark that because now I want to see price come back above that level before I would take an entry. I'm a better buyer than I am seller, right? And so I don't want to take it as it's falling off like that. Now price is back below market open for the week, which is very interesting as well, because they could definitely rally price. So let me continue to watch Nvidia, these other stocks here, and see if they're getting any strength. They did start with that gap up, so I could see it here for sure. I mean, that fell pretty fast. So, I mean, right now I'm going to reevaluate everything because that's falling so quickly. I mean, I don't want to, So be patient here. Now, I will go back on the video and look right here, you know, this 8:30, 8:31 close, and then you get a candle kind of come up and pierce the area. You know, as a buyer, that's a beautiful situation I'd like to see. So we'll see what we get. But now as we're pushing in, as you guys can see, low of the day to the new high of the day, we could end up finding a little bit of buyers come into this market to attack the short players. All right, so I'm going to move that out the way because I know what I'm looking for is that 20 level. But I'm also got my eyes focused here to see if my signal will get created right here. Oops. So this is kind of the area, you know, gotta be patient here, but I like to push back into the area. So I'm going to kind of frame up that again. And the high 650, 650, 75. And I want to be ready for that news like yesterday. So if it's in that area, I can take action above the point of interest. Take profits are going to be 500, but I'm going to break this order into two. So that'd be like my first take profit possibly. So just like yesterday, waiting for that location of 15, waiting for that location of 5. And that's where I'm really focused on getting my entry. I'm not really looking at this as much. Not really seeing any weakness on the other two yet. They're actually looking pretty strong like we anticipated. So still watching here. NVIDIA showing a little bit of weakness from New York Open. So I like this one. Let's see here. Now the difference is I'm going to, I changed it down to 1. The difference is here is I'm going to leave that risk here because that makes sense for me. It's quite a bit though. So with one contract, that's fine. But if we can hold this area, my goal would be like to play more into this area over time. Now, 5-minute location could have been better. You know, obviously the 15-minute location could have been a little bit better too. So we'll see. And if I take this type of trade today, I want to get outside the range personally. Okay. So that's kind of what I'm seeing today. Could trail the risk down for sure when we get to like this exit liquidity of low a day if it gets there. So we'll see. Chill dime. Okay, so 15 minutes are kind of looking a little testy there. Not really seeing any strength on NVIDIA. So I guess we're gonna have to wait really till the news. But the 1 hour 15 and 5 of this looks pretty interesting if this area can work. Okay. So they're on Top Step trying to buy this, which could be right, could be wrong, who knows, right? Could go and take that high of day first. So you know, I would have wanted to see it more clean of a buy down in here if I was going to take a buy. But I like how this is setting up potentially. So I'll stick with this here. Like I said, if it goes higher, it goes higher. If it doesn't, then I'm targeting the areas that you guys see. I most likely would get out at 18,500 if I can get there today, honestly. Didn't feel as comfortable doing more than one contract, and that's because my location wasn't what I wanted, which it's been there. I just didn't take it at the location. got to stop that little hesitation right there inside that push up. And when it's in alignment with that 15-minute open was perfect. So now if price can just rally down to 18,550 today, I'll probably trail the risk to this high right here, 18,630s. And looking at Nvidia, no strength really there. It's like crazy. And then dollar is not really looking too strong from the 104.30s. So, you know, we could see that push down though. I would want to see this sell off first and then buy up in the PM or like lunchtime PM session. But I do like 18,450s. That could be really nice. So they're saying it's about to really perk up. I'm identifying fast pushes, right? With price action reading the way that I like. So we'll see how it plays out by the end of the day. So they're looking for those shorts to get popped, um, you know, on NQ here. But the way the price action's reading to me, it's like I'm all about candle closures, right? If these candles don't close specifically in certain areas, then I'd rather see them do to certain things. 18,650. So we got that half level right above us. ES not really showing too much strength. YM starting to boom. Looking at Nvidia, we're still under New York Open, but not showing any signs of weakness. Dollar is showing lots of weakness, so just to kind of confirm all that. Let's see how these 15-minute close across the board. You have YM screaming right now, so they could go pop the tops. But to me, where my eyes are focused is this 15-minute close here in about a minute 30 seconds. If that thing can close really bare, then I think it can go lower. Cool. I like the area, so looking for this 15-minute to close here in about 30 seconds. See if it closes with some bearishness. ES printing below New York and YM screaming higher. So got some divergence. And then you have the first 15-minute close on Nvidia is about to close as a bearish candle below New York Open. We do have news at 9, so I don't want to over leverage myself for any reason. Okay, so first 15-minute close bearish. So that's a good sign away from New York Open. Now if we can get a 5-minute break of structure lower than market open, then price may go lower. You are seeing ES start to make higher highs. Going for the daily highs on YM right now. And we're playing that 15-minute area here, I believe, on NQ. So Nvidia is starting to show some weakness still. So we'll see if they can hold this level. They are pushing up fairly quickly here. Dakota has 3 contracts from 627 and price died from that area. So as you guys can see, like reading the price based on observing the mass do the opposite, I just think puts you in better positions. Last up candle, right? The way it's forming, right? The way it's formed, and then the way it looks in the 15. It's like this 9 a.m. and this 1 hour close. This 15-minute close is bearish. This 1 and 4 hour could definitely close bearish. So this 4 hour only has 12 minutes left as well. So if we close below New York Open and we get a 1 hour bearish push away, I would say, wow, that could be interesting going into the rest of the day. Taking a look at NVIDIA, bearishness, right? Looks like we're at the 1,150 and looks like we could fall down to the 1,120s today, possibly, or at least 125s. So still watching this price here. Looks pretty good. Just gotta be patient here. All right, so we're trying to get down below structure now, below, this 5 minutes. So we'll see. ES is showing strength still in that 15, which is making it probably a little difficult. So dollar index finding weakness right now, 104.30s. So it would usually push these higher. So we'll kind of see. I think going into 9, what's going to happen. So I really like the 15-minute price here that you can see on the far left. Being able to exit that range would be pretty phenomenal type of day. Previous day lows, 18,440s, 450s. So about 150 points away to previous day low for that higher time frame buy, which I would anticipate would be better at like 18,400s. But that just depends on what they want to do today. Now, if we can exit this 5 minute, right, and start making lower, that'd be great. But still kind of waiting here. So Nvidia is still showing weakness on that 15 at the 150 level. Just want to point that out. So we can break below 140s over there. I think we have maybe a chance to come back into yesterday's New York Open. Be like the 136s. So we'll see. So still just watching this price, 15-minute really not showing me anything. 855. Okay, my bad. To 855. So we're just looking from this to 855. So like I said, if 5 minutes not closing higher in 18,630s, then we still look pretty good, But if we start pushing closer to New York Open, then that's when I would be like a little worried. You do have ES printing above. You have YM above the high of the day at daily open. So, 38,800 on that 1 hour looks interesting, and 53 whole level looks pretty interesting as daily open for ES, but. It's really what they decide to print really quick. NVIDIA sitting at 1,150. So we shall see. So we do have those numbers coming out at 9, which could push us into another, above 18.7, above 18.680s possibly. But as of right now, 15 and 5 price really isn't showing me that. So depending on how this 5 minute closes, will be very interesting. If we can push down to 18.6s fairly quickly, I think we could start running our way to low of day. So, and then looking at ES on the 15 and 5, I could see a 5 minute right now, closes lower low. There could be a potential to the downside. So I like the 15-minute price actions if they can just, these next 5 minutes fall out. That's a good closure so far. We can get a close below where the entry is pretty much. Anywhere below, I'd say 620s, 625s, 30s would be good. But, one candle could change everything. But let's see. 15 minutes are looking good. There's 2 5-minute candles, right? Unless it was to start closing higher than right here. Then this looks like this 15-minute can make its way down. So just being patient here. I really like it. This is typical price for me. These guys are buying at the high of the swing. Let's go. Typical price that we like to see. Should have dropped in 2 contracts on this, so it is what it is. We got a good amount. We're looking at about 200 plus points on the dash today. So they just got stopped out on their trades. And that's because I believe, right, that 15.5 price action is showing us exactly what we need to see. So I like it. Let's go, guys. So Nvidia is falling right now. Want to bring that over so you guys can see my stock screener. Now we do have news coming up, but Nvidia first 15 minutes lower open, lower close. Now it's lower open, lower close, attacking previous day New York open. So that looks good. That's what I like to see. And so now that price, I want to wait for the news to come out. I don't want to, change my risk before the news because it could come up, spike New York, and then fall. But if it just rallies down very quickly, I will move this risk to right here, 18. Let's see the exact high just to be very technical here. High on this, 18,632. So I'll move my risk to 32s if we rally down really quickly. So not like clear signs on YM or ES, but you are getting 15-minute bearishness under New York Open, but this could be absorption. So, just got to be ready for that here. So let's be patient. Let's see what happens. So what I am going to do though, because we did have a good area, I'm going to go ahead and move it. Let me move this down really quick. What time is it? I can't be playing around here. I want to make sure I do it precise here. Because if it rallies up and takes that out, so be it. But if it can hold that area, I want to reduce the risk. I don't want it to fly up to the high of the market here. See how NVIDIA closes here for the hour. Price action was good here. We did close lower low, so I'd like to see this 5-minute start to close lower. Potential if it's going to go here at the news. Could just rally, who knows? They came up and tapped it perfectly. So that makes sense on what we got there. And that's why I protected that position just in case. Because I had an idea that at that news they would rally out shorts. So let's see. Okay, so that's good. Okay, so kind of watching here, watching daily open, watching higher time frames. But that news definitely rallied, which made sense with what we were wanting to see. And then our dollar index did find more weakness from that 104.30s and starting to go down closer to 104 now. Let me see here. Okay, so dollar is showing that weakness, so it is what it is. But let's see if they can continue this. Okay, so we haven't broke the high of day on ES, but we are, pretty strong there. And we've kind of came into that area right here. So let me check that dollar one more time. And dollar seems pretty weak. So we did get the higher high. We did get that. We got the push. So So still haven't broke the high of day on ES or NQ. We have done that on YM. Taking a look at NVIDIA really quick. It is showing a little bit of strength at that 1,150. So this is where I want to kind of anticipate something like this. Stop loss 664. 64 flat. Take profits are going to be 500s. And I would want to do 2 contracts here. Still got pretty low. So I want it to be right here, and I want my stop loss to be right here in this area. So basically, I'm anticipating that the daily open tap will respect. If price can push lower down to 550s fairly quickly, then I'll be able to exit some of that trade under that news price. But if they just keep pushing up and take high of day, then I'll have to reevaluate on this account. But I do think that, we could have possible price fall like this right here in this area, and then I can protect the position pretty well, potentially. Okay, so I really like how that price is playing out. The question is, can we fail the area now? And then I'd want to change this later on. So I actually want this to be at the low of day, like this. And then basically I'll manage the trade a little bit better as we push lower. So this is going to be a fast push. One thing I would say is I should cover this position right here, but I like this area. I have a really good feeling about it. And I don't see NVIDIA really breaking that level right now. So let's watch this 5-minute close. If we get, too much strength off 18.6, I don't like it. Beautiful. Make sure this is at the low, previous day low, because I don't want to. I'll be able to break this into pieces here in a second. Good. Okay. So this is where the other buy limit will be. So I want to be exiting pretty much at London lows, or possibly 18,550s. Just in case it decides to bounce in that area. So really watching this price here, these 5-minute closes. Okay, so what I want to do here is I want to move this buy stop. Actually, I don't. Sorry, don't move, don't move, don't move it. All right, gotta watch the price levels. ES kind of showing me that weakness I want to see on that 15 below New York, and then 1,150 on Nvidia starting to fail. So, you know, in my eyes, right now, this could be a fast push-up candle that we want to focus on possibly price pushing down. It's not institutional. I'm just using that color. But I am going to probably go ahead and sell in. Let's continue to watch this price right here. Wow, so that's pretty fast how that's playing there. So what I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna buy one back. Let me watch that 5-minute price to make sure I'm doing this in the right spot here. So what I'm gonna do is just do this. And then I'm gonna put another buy stop right here. Okay, so now I have a buy stop at the high, I have a buy stop in profit to protect me on that position. And I have inside the range here. So we'll see. We'll kind of see how price develops here. If this 5-minute can go close, technically, right, lower low, then that's gonna be really good. So I'm gonna move this, but you guys can use that now as reference. But I'm really focused on this 5-minute price here. So just being patient here, taking a look at Nvidia weakness at 1,150 level. Dollar index kind of finding some strength at 104.15. So let's see what we get. So we did just get that close on a 5-minute lower than 18,600. So I definitely could see them starting to get weak here. So what I want to do here to manage this trade is if we can start to really push, understand the Fibonacci retracement of moves, right? Swing low to swing high of the day. This is a great area, right? This area I think is a great area to be exiting some of that trade with experiencing a small loss. So personally, I would love to see them just kind of push this. And then I could, you know, evaluate 18,400, 18,425s later today. But if this is a full 100 points here soon, I'll probably go ahead and take that 18,637s. So this needs to be at least to here right now, personally. So if it builds up, it builds up. But if it doesn't, then it doesn't. That'd be great. So coming in on that 9:15 close, which I think will be very interesting to see what we get. I don't like that pushback above, so I'm going to keep my risk at that support break. Taking a look at Nvidia, we're closing below New York Open 1,157, and now the half level 150. So that's a pretty good sign, personally, I think. And then looking at dollar index, we are pretty bullish at a 20 level, 104.20 after taking a major low. So I like it. So really watching this 5-minute price here. It looks really good. I think that push-up candle could be the one. Now, if we can stay below 18.6, that's a good sign. So me personally, I'm going to go ahead and do this because if it goes any higher than that today, I want this to go ahead and knock one of those out. That'll reduce my risk down to give me some profits for the day. And since I moved that risk down, I'll probably go ahead and put my take profit on this outside of the range. Nice, 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 nice. So this is about a full 643s, 523s. That'd be over 100 points here. So that's good. I like everything that's set up right now. So what we're looking for is we're looking for price not to close above 18.6 anymore. And we're looking for a 5-minute open, 5-minute closes, 5-minute open, 5-minute closes, right? And we're looking for a good 15-minute push down. Okay, so if we can get this 5-minute, like I said, to just get weak down to 18.550s, we really don't need past 43s, to be honest, to give us out a nice profitable day. So I think we're looking really good. Okay. So really, really nice pushes here going for 915. I like it. I really do. So watching technicals, right? We want to see how it's going to break down, understanding where we're at in fibs. And then really, really good one. Really, really nice trade. So where do I want to buy one back today? I think I'm going to buy one back. Let's see. Let's continue to watch price here. Let me look at NVIDIA. NVIDIA looking pretty weak. Getting ready to go attack yesterday's New York Open as well. And you have ES showing the weakness as well. So let's buy one back here. Once we get this, if we get any kind of sign on that 1 minute, we're not really getting a sign there. But just in case, I just want to make sure I'm ready, okay? But we're wanting to see where we're getting to. I'll buy one right there. I'll buy one right there. Okay, so then I need to exit this out because I did just buy one. Now I have my risk, and then this limit needs to go away because I've already secured. And so now what I want to do is keep everything like it is. Now the only difference is I would say since we've already rejected the area so well, is on a smaller time frame, I could probably reduce that risk down to right above New York Open still, but inside the trade. So I don't need to risk past that at this point. And now I'm just gonna let it do what it do. Okay, so we're just watching. We're gonna manage. We got everything set up here. So let's get it. So price could rally back up here fairly quickly, right? We're seeing price kind of do that and starting to hold that level. So let me watch over here. And the way the other two look, they could be strong. So uh, they now are pushing up pretty fast. So the way the price is holding right here, just at monthly open, we'll see. I like what we have. I like what we've partialed out too. So we'll see what price presents us here. We are kind of seeing 15-minute strength from the bottom of the accumulation, which makes me a little bit like on this type of day, especially the way it's set up. But it's really going to come down to price action. Right now, you don't see Nvidia really showing any strength, so that's a good sign. Dollar index is at the 104.20 level and kind of showing like it may push back up to 104.50s, which would give us some possible more downside. But ES, when you look at the 15, it just doesn't look as weak right now. Like that big wick up, we'll see, but they're kind of pushing that price right now. We can get another close below 18,567 and 3/4. That'd be a pretty good sign, but they're starting to push up. So 5-minute candle getting ready to print. So that'd also be a good sign to see what we get. Really just don't like how the price is coming back up like that. Just making it difficult. 5-minute close. Let's see exactly where it closes. 1-minute strength looks the 1-minute price was kind of bullish. So 5-minute is closing above whole level, which is not a good sign for a short. Unless it can just fall to 550s fairly quickly. 18.6 is London Open today too, so a lot of London players are in from that area as well. Okay. Dollar index still kind of at that 104.25. We're pushing up here. Nvidia finding some strength. It's kind of holding like its 15-minute structure now. So if they push right back into the area, I mean, they can do that. So that's okay. So my focus right now is just really going into like this candle here, the open of this candle, the 50%, just the overall of it. So if it can stay in that area and not, create too much bullish price action on a smaller time frame above 18.6 and London Open, then great. But if it does, then the liquidity would be at the highs, right? But I just think that that push up to daily open was such a hard position for the average trader to get that that's probably the move of the day. That's what I would anticipate personally, but we'll see. Nvidia and NQ's price looks so similar today, and the way it's breaking down at 150 kind of looks like the 18,600 area, and it looks like it wants to fall and fill a gap at like the 1,120. So if that happens, I think we could definitely reach down to 18.5 today. Good setup so far. So that price is playing good at the whole level. 5 minute close loading, right? So if this 5 minute can start to not look so bullish and that 1 minute bullish, then we, make a lower low here, then I could definitely see, if we can go tap 18,550, I think we have a good chance of getting to at least the 18,500s today. We'll manage. And you are seeing some weakness. I just want to bring that over so you guys can see how to use that. NVIDIA, lower open, lower close. So the last 30 minutes, they've been bearish on NVIDIA. So I'm looking at 125s, 120s on there possible. Yesterday's New York Open, 1,136. So we'll see. If we can break out of this area before going here, like if we go lower here, like than this, then I'll probably move my risk into either right at New York Open or like right here at this candle. But right now it's still kind of printing that bullish price action. Uh, so not enough for me to take the move there. Now there is a lot of liquidity obviously sitting at the high of day, so it's gonna have to be patient, let the probabilities play out here. So 15 minute, you kind of see ES wanting to print above its New York Open. So it did have a nice rejection though as well of close to daily market open. It's just kind of like in this 5 minute area, still holding that structure. Just gotta be patient here. So higher high, higher low, price kind of starting to print above the whole level, right? And the 1 minute price action is starting to look a little bullish to attack the range. And ES is showing strength right now. And then we have dollar index still sitting at that 125 level. Nvidia not showing any signs of strength though. So that's kind of where I'm looking at right now. Starting to look pretty strong here, so chill, Diamond. So it's going to be a tricky area. They could go take the highs. They still have high of day open, so um, price is getting really bullish here, I would say. And Nvidia is not really showing anything right now. It is showing a bullish candle on the 15, so pushing back above that 150 possible. And then here, we're back into the 5 minute area. So I mean, like if it doesn't respect New York Open right here, or like just respect this 5 minute area, then they'll run the price out and then it'll be okay. But YM really strong ever since New York Open. ES starting to print above New York and London on the 15, showing strength at the same time that this one is starting to show a little bit of strength. And then Nvidia, like I said, we'll see. 15 minute closing in about 30 seconds. Let's see what we get. Since New York Open, Tesla has been weak though on the 15, so we'll see. Double tops on Amazon, so we'll see. All right, so that all just closed. 15 minute candle. So I think that wick up there could be a problem at the high of day, but any more below here, and I'm able to really evaluate what's going on here. If we can slip back below that area. So you're starting to see Tesla get really strong off New York Open, 174, and you're seeing Nvidia stay kind of strong at that 145. So just trying to see if they're going to come up and just tap this New York Open and then fall, get a lot of people to buy it at that point. If not, like I said, they'll just slip the highs and run the highs out. ES did close 15 minute higher high for 930, showing signs of strength. So let me check dollar. Dollar still at that 123, 125. Nvidia looking kind of strong as Tesla's looking strong at the same time. And I really just want to see where this 1 hour is going to close because the 1 hour positioning on NQ looks great. Because the 50% last up candle. So it's just like this could be a manipulation area to the max, but just to kind of give an idea of what I'm saying here and why kind of still sitting in this is the last up candle here. So if this hour can close below New York or 15, then great, but it's just not looking as good in that area. And so now I would usually have my stop outside of the range. But today I have it predetermined, right, from what I had already made. So now they're all three kind of pushing. So we'll see. They're longing right here. Okay, so that's interesting. So I'll probably leave this on. I'll accept the risk. It's 53. It's about 10 points. So I should still be in a net profitable day. But they're trying to buy this. I'm gonna stick with this. See how this point of interest play plays out. So they just bought this level. I just want to have this for my mental notes. They just bought 44 3/4. And look where that buy would be, guys. I like this, especially when I'm listening to this and they're saying that they were buying that level. Let's go. Let's go. Rips, brother. I gotta show you this opening price theory. They're saying wow. I'm saying thank you. They're saying wow. I'm saying thank you. Come on, man. Let the trade gods play out today because that could just be a little push down. It could still go higher, but taking a look at Nvidia, 15 minutes still showing a little bit of strength. Dollar index 104.23s, kind of holding that level. So and so this 1 hour price, like I said, on this looks really good, I think personally. So watching 5 minutes very closely, the 5 minute just closed and it how it opened and closed with the area. So now if it closes below here, guys, I would say this thing's gonna fall, right? Just because they've tested the area so many times at this point. But that 5 minute is starting to hold, right? It's starting to hold. So if you can get something to go below this candle, I'd say 18,620s again, before slipping the high, then it's gonna go. It's gonna fall. But more excited that they were buying above New York Open, just being honest, because it doesn't make any sense for for what we look for. Okay, so price is looking really good. So really focus on this 5 minute price right here, 15 minute price. But especially can't even say it. The 5 minute, right? Because of like I said, if we can get this right here, right, that candle and get that closure out of this area, there's a high chance on a line graph that you're gonna get to 18,550. So I just want to really watch that candle close in 5 minutes, and then understanding this is a beautiful day of what happened up here. Top step educators or whatever traders, right? They were buying the 18,640s above New York Open, and price died and just ate all their risk. So I'm not saying that price can't go higher from here, but I want to read price action. ES showing some good weakness. Nvidia still not above 150, so dollar index 104.25. So I really like the price here. Just playing my game. I feel good. So waiting on this 5-minute close. So I could see buys potential off of this candle right here in the 18,600 level potential. All right, because we are printing above market in London at this point. But it's just how it's actually going to close. I'm not going to let myself get tricked into this. You know what I mean? Um, this is a good fractal left, right, or left, middle, right. So, but any more closures on this 5 that are really strong, I wouldn't like it, to be honest. So we'll sit back, we'll watch, we'll see. So about 25 seconds left before this 5-minute close. We want to see it close below 619, 620s. So that 5-minute price is looking pretty bullish, right? So I'm going to move this. Higher open, higher close. That's not a good sign for these wicks. Okay. And the way that price is pushing out, dollar kind of starting to fall, I believe now. Not really showing any bullishness, and then Nvidia back up to 150. So we'll watch the price here. Like I said, I'm willing to accept to what I have. Now price is pushed higher, and you have ES showing strength. Nvidia at 1,150. So you could probably see price go higher potentially. Um, let's see how they respond at New York Open now. So I'm gonna accept that. I'm good. I don't even want it to hit the buy stop. If it goes way up there, cool. We ended up still being. Let me make sure we're still profitable for today. But we could come up and never break past daily open, right? There's really no telling what they want to do here. But I like from this move where I came in, was able to get the 2 contracts in, price fell, was able to exit at a good spot, which like I said will put me at a profitability. Now if it holds this level and the daily open 18,664 flat holds, then great. But looking at it, the highs are the day are open, 18.7 is still open. We do have dollar going below 104.20s now, showing weakness. And then you have Nvidia pretty strong. So I'd say for today, that's pretty good. I appreciate you guys watching. We'll be back same place, same time tomorrow. And let's get it. Have a good day.